This is Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports and ClarkeCountySports.com. We're here to Wilbur and Feltner Stadium in Berryville, Virginia for tonight's ClarkeCountySports.com Game of the Week. Tonight the Eagles come in 1-0 after the big 42-7 win last week over Rockridge. The King William Cavaliers travel up from the Tidewater area, and they come in 1-0 after defeating Stewart's Draft, who has been a thorn in the side of Clarke for a few years. Knocked them off last week 7-6, so it's going to be a battle between Region A and Region B. Big game early in the season, talked about throughout the state. And, of course, we'll have all the highlights, interviews, and more on the ClarkeCountySports.com Game of the Week, sponsored by Photography Concepts.
By all indications, I look around, I see faces ready to go. All right? Here's the thing I told you on Monday. Any game in week 2 doesn't make or break your season. It doesn't do that. Come November, it makes and break seasons. But these are games you want to play in no matter what time of year it is. Good on good. Go out there, do what you're supposed to do, leave everything on the table, leave it all out there for chance, play your rear ends off, and get back in here victorious. I ain't got none of that, man.
Touch your brother.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen.
Captain for the Eagles, number 21, Carson Rutherford. Number 6, Wilbur. Number 59, Matthew Tapscott. And number 11, Carson Chen.
Won the toss, elected to receive.
The Eagles have won the toss and have elected to receive.
Let's go. Win, fellas. Let's go.
Cavaliers 0, Clarke County 7.
From Clarke County Sports. We're here to have the Clarke County Eagles lead King James 14-0. Scored in the first quarter when Wyatt Palmer went in, and Will Booker went in the second quarter for the Eagles scores. King William got down to the 3-yard line, Clarke made a stand with a couple penalties and some good defense and held them out. Took it down with about 2 minutes to go and had a 33-yard field goal that was just wide left. So that's your score, 14-0. The Eagles got the opening kickoff, so King William will be getting the ball in the second half. From the Wilbur and Feltner Stadium for Clarke County Sports, this is Mo Murphy for the ClarkeCountySports.com Game of the Week, sponsored by
Carnival Concept.
We'll see you after the game.
score, Steve Williams.
Hey, we number one, baby. We number one, baby. All right. Let's go! Come on. He's up. Come on. Hey, BC. Hey. Hey, this is right here. Let me get out of the way. Got too much air. Hey, man, words cannot even describe how proud I am of you guys, man. That right there, statement game. That was a statement game, man. Hey, this just in. We're pretty good. We're pretty good. And here's the deal, man. That was a 4-quarter. We played it out because we need to get in shape. All right? Guys, massive win. That was talked about being the big game in the state. One of the big games. There's quite a few of them. Guys, that's a great team from Region A. All right? They're in the state playoffs pretty much every year coming out of the region. We played a good team. We beat a good team. All right? We did our jobs. We did it great. I cannot say enough. Now, before I forget, 8 a.m. on Monday.
Yes, sir.
It is what it is, but 8 a.m. Get it in and get it out.
Get over with.
Hey, it's easy. If you watch film, we lift a little bit. It's easy, guys. Hey, so here's the other part. Understand this. Next week, going to be really, really hot. Okay? So understand this. It's also the first road game of the year. What cannot happen under any kind of circumstance is to go to Buffalo Gap and lay an egg. We have got to play well, and we got to have a great week of preparation. This kid, in no way, shape, or form can it be a letdown week. And you seniors, you juniors, it is your responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Coach, you got anything?
Oh, I'm good. I'm really impressed with you guys today.
Guys, Coach Nova's cramping.
I have no voice.
All right. Hey,
Let's carry this
let me tell you what.
intensity into next week.
I rang that bell a lot of times over my years, even when I played here in the 80s and 90s. I'm probably going to ring it just as loud as I rang it the time we beat Union to go to the state championship. Let's ring the heck out of it.
Bring it in, boys. Bring it in. Eagles on me. Eagles on 3.
1, 2, 3, Eagles!
Keep that. Keep that
Good game. Thank you.
This is Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports. We're here with the Eagles quarterback and defensive back Tanner Sept. He scored on a touchdown run tonight and had a big interception. Tanner, can you just talk about the game?
Yeah, all week. It was a big hyped-up game. Coach kept saying how good of a team they were. The scouting report, their film was Stewart's draft, everything looked good. It was going to be a big game. We knew that from the jump. We came out here excited to play, and as you could see, right off the jump, we dominated the entire game.
And I thought that goal line stand up there was big for you guys as far as the momentum. How do you think so?
Oh, definitely. I think it affected the momentum huge. I mean, that was a good drive by them. They got all the way down there. We were coming off some big plays, and they bounced right back. And it was just a great goal line stand. We got lucky on some flags, but it was a great goal line stand.
And what do you think about heading down to Swoop to play Buffalo Gap next week?
Yeah, first away game. It's pretty far, but I think we'll be ready. This week's going to be hot, like Coach already said, but I think good long week to prepare. I think we'll be good and ready to go on Friday.
All right, well, you heard that from Tanner Sept as he helped lead the Eagles to their second win. Oh, I got to tell that. We're here with Wyatt Palmer. He had a big game, scored the first touchdown, and I got to ask you about that steal you made. That was something. Can you just talk a little bit about the game?
Yeah, so just coming into the game, we knew it was going to be hard. We knew we had to come in tougher than we've ever came in, and we just knew we had to execute on plays. And on that kick return, I think someone just hit it out and it popped up, just caught it,
okay.
Try to loop it, try to make something happen, and got energy on our team, so it was good.
That was a great turnaround.
Yes, sir.
So what did you guys talk about at halftime? It was still a pretty tight game.
Yes, sir. We knew we were up going into the half, but we knew we had to play it like it was 0-0. We could not let up with a team like this. We got to give them their props, even though the score came out like it did. Like, they're one of the better teams we'll play this year, so it's good we stayed focused and played our game.
And how you feel about Buffalo Gap next week? A long ride and a tough game.
Yes, sir. The long ride's gonna suck, but we just gotta stay locked in. Gotta come in like we did this week and just execute, and we'll get it done.
All right. Well, you heard that from Wyatt Palmer as he had another big night tonight in the Eagles win. We'll be heading to Buffalo Gap next week. This is Mo Murphy with Clarke County Sports.
Thank you, man.
We're here with Alofi Saki after he had a big game tonight. Actually, I could probably be interviewing anyone on the line tonight because the whole line played outstanding. Can you just talk a little bit about tonight's game?
Well, Mo, you know, we had to come in with intensity. Last game, you know, we was playing good, but we weren't playing as disciplined as we were today. We had to play discipline, we had to be patient, and we had to come in with a strong intensity. And that's what we did. That's why we won. You know, we kept it up. We didn't drop just because we were up. We just kept it going. And that's what we got to continue to do.
And these guys on the line were quite a bit bigger this week. Did you notice a difference in the line?
You know, actually, and I think we played even better than we did, even because they were bigger. You know,
right.
we stepped up to the challenge. I think that's what we did, personally. You know, I think we knew what we had to do, and we did it. So, you know, we just got to keep that up as the weeks go by.
And how do you feel about Buffalo Gap next week? I heard they were tied with Luray.
Hey, it's a long ride. You know, they have history of being a good team. We gotta stay focused. We gotta keep that same intensity, that same patience, that same discipline. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep it up. The standards are up here. We gotta stay up here.
All right. Well, you heard that from Alofi Saki as he had a big game tonight, showing up the Eagles line on both sides. And we'll head to Buffalo Gap next week. This is Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mo.
We're here with the Eagles head coach Casey Childs after the big 34-6 win over King William. I know you're excited about this one, Casey. We thought it was going to be a lot closer.
Oh, it was a battle. I mean, that score is not indicative of that was a good football game, and we beat a really good football team, and we were able to make some plays, sustain some drives, and you know, the really big play there to start the second half. We were up 14-0, and we got that turnover pretty quick and took advantage of it. And I just can't say enough about the effort of our kids tonight.
And I don't know if you remember or even heard me, but I told you walking down the sidelines that we would be talking about that goal line stand after the game.
I mean, I almost forgot about that. My gosh. I mean, you know, they actually hit a big screen play on third and long. And we got down there, and I mean, they were inside the 5, and our kids just – I mean, made a good play on a pass, and then we tightened up, and, man, it was a huge stand in the game, you know. And then I think we actually took the drive and had a pretty big drive after that, too, to sustain it and run a lot of clock. So, yeah, I mean, that was huge defensively. And then our line just was just outstanding the whole game on both sides of the ball.
Right, and I would say that one of the things that proved that your line was good was all the holding penalties they had.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we got some calls because we were getting off blocks and they were holding a little bit, and you know, and our kids, you know, I thought our motors were good tonight. I don't think we got tired. We did cramp a little bit there in the end, but I thought our motors were good. I thought our effort was solid all night long, and you know, the guys that we subbed in there also did a great job. So it was a true team and program win. I couldn't be more proud of the coaches, the players, and the community showed out for it. And it was a big high school football game. It's good to be a part of.
And we go to Buffalo Gap for our first road game. The last I heard, they were tied with Luray. How do you feel about Buffalo Gap? I know that's a tough one as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them in the playoffs. We've seen them in the regular season. I mean, they're a bunch of tough kids down the valley, and you know, we've had some battles with them. So plus it's a long trip. So I mean, I've seen them a little bit already. They're gonna be big. They're gonna be physical. And we just have to continue to do what we're doing and play our style of game. But the one thing we cannot do is have any kind of letdown. And you heard me say it after when I was talking to the kids. We got to have a great week of prep, because if you come off a game like this with two teams that were ranked in the state, and you know, you cannot have a setback next week. We got to come out ready to play.
All right, well, you heard that from the Eagles head coach Casey Childs as they moved to 2-0 with a big win tonight against King William. We head on the road next week to Swope, Virginia. This is Mo Murphy for Clarke County Sports.
Appreciate you guys. No problem. Thank you, man. Yes, it was. My gosh.
Your final score, Clarke County 34, King William 6. Was a very hard-fought battle in the trenches. Also, Clarke's secondary again was on the money, breaking up passes, had a couple interceptions. And our offense just continued to roll with different backs handling the carries. So we'll be heading to Swoop, Virginia next weekend to play Buffalo Gap Bisons. Hopefully that'll move us to 3-0. Reporting from the Wilbur M. Feltner Stadium for Doug L. Stockis and Mo Murphy for Clarke County Sports.